Kia ora!
Nau mai hara mai ki te rā tuawhitu.
Kau tēnei rem hiatu ne ki te katoa.
Erima ngahuru tau te tuaoma.
I think television and radio have got to play their part in that regrowth of interest.
A mahi te mahi mo te kaupapa ki mui a tātou.
Kei te whakaponoa.
It's ours and nobody else's. We should celebrate it.
Whakanuia te Wiki o te Reo Māori.
Celebrating te Wiki o te Reo Māori.
Wake up with breakfast. Proudly sponsored by Dilmah Tea. Today's breakfast brew is green tea with lemon and lime, packed with natural citrus aromas and flavours.
Kia taunga manaakitanga te mea ngaro ki runga ki tēnā ki tēnā o tātou. Kia mahia te hua mā kihi, kia toe te kupu, toe te mana, toe te aroha, toe te reo Māori. Kia tūturu ka whakamaua, kia tīnā. Hui e, tai ki e. Let the strength of our ancestors be with each and every one of us, and let us all move forward together as we see those live pictures coming in from London this morning.
It is Monday, the 12th of September. Morena, this is breakfast and the start of Te Wiki o te Reo Māori, Māori Language Week. And of course, a big show coming up this morning.
Yes, indeed. As Maddie has just said, we've got lots coming up on the show today, including our full special coverage continuing with the death of the Queen. The Queen's coffin has arrived in Edinburgh following the 6-hour journey from Balmoral. We'll have the latest on that through the morning.
And also making news this morning, Ukraine is making headway in Kharkiv following a rapid counter-offensive. We'll have that and everything you need to know.
And then later on, a public holiday to honour the Queen Elizabeth is actively being considered by the government at the moment. We're going to have the details on that just before 7:30 this morning.
Right now, though, it is 6 o'clock, so here's Indira with your latest news.
Morena. Thousands have lined the streets in Scotland as the Queen's coffin made the 6-hour journey from Balmoral to Holyrood House Palace in Edinburgh. As the BBC's Alan Little explains, the coffin will then be flown to London, where the monarch will lie in state at Westminster Hall.
It is the place she loved most. Balmoral was not a royal residence, but a private home to her. Her annual respite from the burdens of state and the unrelenting public gaze. Today, that gaze falls on this, the first public sight of the coffin of the Queen. She'd known this landscape since she was a child. From Balmoral to Aberdeen, they passed slowly through towns and villages that knew her not just as the Queen, but as their neighbour. Aboyne, Kincardine O'Neill, Banchory, Drumoak, Petercoutar. In Aberdeen, they stood in quiet witness before the cortege turned south towards the Scottish capital. In Edinburgh, the King's bodyguard for Scotland, the Royal Company of Archers, came to attend the noon proclamation of the reign of King Charles.
Probably one of the most important days of my life.
I wish the King, should I say, all the best for the future.
I feel so honored to be here and be able to see it. It's just something else.
From Edinburgh Castle, the last mile is appropriately the Royal Mile, at the foot of which sits the monarch's official residence, the Palace of Holyrood House. The bearer party, formed by the Royal Regiment of Scotland, carried the coffin past 3 of the Queen's children. The Princess Royal had accompanied her mother's coffin on its progress from Balmoral. Here, the coffin of the Queen will lie in rest in the throne room, before being taken tomorrow to St Giles Cathedral, where it will lie for 24 hours.
In a public holiday to commemorate the Queen's death and changes to the COVID-19 traffic light system will be discussed at Cabinet today. It comes as health officials say